Alright, hey guys, Mike here, and now that I've filmed my looking back on 2015 video, we can talk about 2016, and my washer is still very, very loud. You'd think I would just wait 10 minutes because I know that this really loud cycle only lasts for like 10 minutes, but I just, no, I don't do that. I don't do those kinds of things. Things that I want to see in 2016, I have a very long list for you guys here. The way that I like to do it is I won't talk about like every group that had a comeback this year that I was like satisfied with. It's really, besides like the bias groups, I don't really do that. I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, they had their comeback, they're set, like I know they're gonna come back. If I know that this group is gonna come back every single year, I won't really talk about it unless there's something specific I want. Like a few of these groups came back this year, but it wasn't like I wanted something different, or I want something different for them next year, and a lot of them are rookies, so that's kind of the way I want the rookies to be. Oh, what's a group that I could talk about that's not on this list? BTS had a comeback this year. They had a lot of stuff going on this year, so I'm not going to say anything about BTS, even though I would love to see another album from them next year because they're my second favorite, but I am happy with what happened with them this year, and so I don't really feel like it's necessary to include those. So some things I want to see in 2016, I'm going to start with the biases again, so we're going to start with Super Junior. Super Junior always first. I really want a KRY Korean album from Super Junior. I really want KRY to promote in Korea this year. There's rumors of it. I think they've pre-recorded a lot of it, and Ryuk's going to the army this year, so it would be nice if they could release a Korean album as KRY before Ryuk goes in the army. I also want Ye-sung and Ryuk solos, so oh, it stopped. Ryuk confirmed his the other day, and Ye-sung's been talking about his for a long time, so I think we're gonna get both of them this year, and Ye-sung's probably won't come out until Ryuk goes into the army, because I think Ryuk's is going to be first. I also want Henry and Chomi solo albums, and I think SM will give them to them because a lot of the Super Junior members are in the army, and Chomi and Henry don't have to go into the army because they're not Korean. It's a good time for them to be promoted a lot in Korea or in China or whatever, because there's no SJM thing that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I'm not expecting a Super Junior album next year at all. If one happens, that's amazing, and I'll totally like be freaking out about it. But if one doesn't happen, then it's not the end of the world, and I'm not gonna be that surprised that one didn't happen. For Infinite, or I guess this is all, it's Infinite and then leads into the rest of Willem Entertainment. Infinite, I want to see a third full-length album from next year because they're going to be touring until January, February, and then they can rest for a little bit, and then they can release their third full-length album. I really want a full-length album from them again. Season 2 kind of left me wanting so much more, you know? As you guys know, I'm like not that big of a fan of that album, so I kind of want the full-length albums to redeem themselves. I also want a WH&SY solo next year and a Infinite V debut. I think that it needs to happen. It just needs to happen. What else do I want? I want the Willem Boys to debut. I want that so bad. If nothing else happens from Willem next year, then I want like Infinite release the mini album. Oh well. WH&SY doesn't get a solo album. Infinite V doesn't debut. Okay, I'll be upset if Infinite V doesn't debut. If the Willem Boys don't debut, I will be so sad. I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it so bad. Out of all of the rookie groups debuting next year, they're the ones that I'm most excited about. I also, oh, this is all the way down here. I also want an Infinite F debut before we get out of Infinite completely. I want an Infinite F comeback because their last album was technically a single album, but Willem tried to play it off as a mini album, but it was a single album. Infinite H had 2 albums. Sungkyu's had 2 albums, so I think Infinite F is due for another album as well. They released their last album around this time last year, so it's been a little over a year, and I think that if they're gonna do something like right after they finish touring or like towards the end of their tour, I think they do an Infinite F release. But they just released a second Japanese album, so part of me kind of wants them to wait. If that Willem Boys debut doesn't happen next year, if they do debut, hands down, they will probably be my favorite debut of 2016, unless the rest of No Mercy debuts. Then it'll probably be a competition between those two. I want Lovelyz to have a second full-length album next year too. Their first full-length album was a lot of old songs, and I think probably mid-year next year, a second full-length album from them would be awesome because they need a little break. They do. They had a busy year last year, and it will give them a chance to debut the boys. I also want the M's to release full-length albums next year. It makes me, not that I think J-Tune Camp really has money for a full-length album, but you know, maybe a miracle will happen. Monsta X, I want to have a full-length album too. Monsta X are overdue for, not overdue, but they are definitely due for a full-length album. Probably around their first year anniversary, so around May would be a good time. I'm like setting myself up for a crazy summer again, the way that I want like all of these things to happen. But a full-length album from Monsta X around May would be awesome, from Madtown ASAP. It makes me so sad that their last comeback didn't have a physical release. Jessica's rumored to make a comeback into the music industry next year, and so I have that down here because I'd really like to see another album from Jessica. I want a NU'EST to come back. NU'EST did have a single released in May. When did their full-length album come out? I'm Bad came out this year. No, Rebirth is 2014. So another album from NU'EST is way overdue. Except I still need Rebirth and I'm Bad, but shh, it's fine. Pledis needs to give 17 a rest for like 2 seconds and then do a comeback with NU'EST. Have a NU'EST comeback and an after school comeback and then that. But there's some Pledis girls who are in that 101 Produce 101 show. So hopefully at least one of them wins that and gets to be in the group, because that will bring some very nice publicity to Pledis, because I think Pledis is doing a lot better this year, but they can do even better next year. I think they're on the road to recovery if they keep doing well with 17, because that's all I want. 3 debuts I'm looking forward to next year that I have written down besides Woolen Boys and the rest of No Mercy, which I'd like to see next year. I didn't mention that, but I'd love to see the rest of No Mercy debut next year, please. After Monsta X has a comeback and then debut the rest of the boys. I think that'd be amazing. Would rather have the rest of No Mercy cut into Monsta X this time than have Monsta X cut into their time. It just wouldn't be fair. A.Pink is rumored to have a brother group debut next year. If you don't know how A-Cube works, A-Cube is its own company, which is owned by Cube, and A.Pink is currently the only group that's under that, but they're rumored to debut a boy group next year, so I'm excited about that. Astro is debuting in February, I believe, so that's pretty exciting. And then Cosmic Girls, which is the new Starship girl group, is debuting next year too. It's the one that has XY in it, EXY. She's in that, and it's like a Korea, China kind of thing. Again, they try to do that again, even though it's like not working with UP10TION, and it just doesn't work. It didn't work with EXO very well either, but you know. So that's what their concept is, and I think it's great. I really like the girls. I really like Starship as a company. Of course, every time I see Mad Clown, I just want to call him old-fashioned, but that's my own personal issues with him. Neo Boys are someone that I started looking at recently, and they're under FNC. They're the dance group under FNC. I've been waiting for them for a while, actually, so I'm pretty excited about their debut. I've started learning the members' names already, and yeah, that's really from FNC. FNC are doing okay. I'd like to see them promote M.Flying some more. I have my own things that I want from every single company. As always, I don't say everything that I want in this video, but those are the major things that I think we're missing from 2015, or the things that I know are going to happen at some point in 2016 that I'd really like to see. Of course, I'd like to see another A.Pink album, another BTS album, you know, the normal things, Shiny albums, whatever, like everything that from my top groups that I like to happen every year, a VIX album, but I just feel like in these videos that I don't need to go into that. I don't need to say that because I'm pretty sure they're gonna happen. That is, like, those are the main things that I really want from 2015. Let me know what yours are down, or 2016. Let me know what yours are down below, and if we have any of the same things that we want from next year. Especially if you're excited about Woollen Boys, because let's talk about Woollen Boys, because nobody wants to talk about them with me, because I'm the only one who cares. Yeah, so let me know what you're excited for down below, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!